Good day everyone, Black Pistol here, and today I'm gonna be showcasing a map that I actually made for the Bowtie Man's challenge videos. So this submission is actually been posted a couple months ago, and I was interested in it and I was inspired to do this kind of challenge to impress the Bowtie Man. I'm not sure if I could even impress him at all, but I'm gonna try. So over here I'm actually going to be showcasing what I've been doing. So right in front of me is going to be something that I've been working on for a very long time actually. I actually started this project like as a whole, like it's a pirate ship. This is the original idea. I actually built a pirate ship that has like double barrels that is connected with a bunch of wiring, like a bunch of redstone. But this one is just more than a pirate ship. Like if I don't look at it yet, don't look at it yet. Alright, so this one right here is called the Redstone Howitzer ship. Alright, so there will be a link download in the description to a media file link. Yeah, let's go ahead and show what I've been doing. Wow. Look at this. I mean, you can say that it's not impressive and all because you've definitely seen bigger projects. But hey, I've been working on this thing for so long while standing up. Why am I even mentioning this? And this one right here is actually pretty big actually. The first thing that I built was these barrels here. These barrels here are connected. Well, don't include this one. Don't include this large cannon here. These two dispensers here were powered by block repellers. I would just call them block repellers. Shout outs to you, Bowtie Man. Without you, I won't be able to make something like this. And it was hooked up to this piston here that pushes a redstone block that activates So it basically pushes a redstone block that activates these two pistons, pushing this redstone block to activate this block repeller, and basically retracting this redstone block and retracting this piston, this dispenser here. Now this will be in fast pace, but I will go over to the schematic version. This is the schematic version which I have torn up the shell. I was to say you can say anything if you wanted to. Basically this is how it works. So there's a lever, as you can see. It basically makes this redstone block push over to this piston here. Like there's two pistons here, like behind here, as you can see over in the full version. This is the schematic version. I can tear this open. As you can see, it basically fires this block repeller, retracting back its redstone block. But this, it would also at the same time, it would trigger this observer chain, because this one acts first, so that this one, right when it fires its piston arm, it won't be able to fire this dispenser because it already, like, this dispenser here has been pulled up first. So that's why this one acts later. So I'm gonna show you one side first. I can show you the schematic version. Hold on. So if I fire this one, okay, as you can see, so you can pay attention to this dispenser here that's been hooked up by this observer block and this arm here and this piston here. So as you can see, it basically pulls up the dispenser, and this one has been triggered by this piston here because of this observer block chain. But because this one, again, like I said, activates first, it pulls back its dispenser first. That's why this one acts later. So right when I basically flick down, like extended back down this dispenser, this one, this observer block chain will cause 2 ticks, because this is a normal piston. It basically like extends out its arm and then retracts it back. So there's two block state changes. So that means there will be 2 tick pulses. That's why right when this one extends back down, this observer block will trigger 2 times, alright, causing this dispenser to shoot 2 fireballs. Alright. And this over here has been hooked up by this like this contraption here. The way on how it works is basically, hold on. It's a bit hard to see actually. Hold on. It's actually a bit hard to see. Okay, so I know where it is. Hold on. So basically how this works is it basically this. Okay, so it's this one right here. This observer block here powers through this terracotta, powers through this piston, extends out this observer block, and basically it's going to toggle this whole contraption, and it's going to fire these dispensers. Now right when I flick on this lever, it's also going to shoot these cannons here on both sides. Because that's how it is, alright? That's how it is. They fire a lot of times actually. Now I try to make this schematic and the I try to make this battleship like the kind of like a perfect height and all that stuff, because otherwise the fireballs will just catch some places on fire, which I don't really like that to happen, but it did anyway, so I'm okay with that. And you can also notice that this cannon howitzer here was pointing upwards and it's been activated at the same time. That's because right when I flick off this lever, this one is currently off. I wasn't paying attention, but if I flick off this lever, as you can see, it fires 4 fireballs. So it's the same concept. Well, not really, but this one's powered by pistons that makes this observer block go downwards, changing its block state, and then activating these dispensers, causing them to shoot fireballs. So yeah. So the side cannons are actually activated only when I turn off this lever. And this one here. So the cannon howitzer and the side cannons will be activated right when I flick off this lever. The front cannons will be activated both on and off. The way on how this cannon howitzer works is that there's a redstone block here that powers underneath this piston, pushing up a redstone block, activating these 4 directional pistons here. These 4 pistons pushing these observer block upwards so that it doesn't trigger this cannon howitzer. But right when I flick off the lever, this one retracts, changing this observer block block state, triggering these dispensers, firing the fireballs. Now this cannon here actually works as well. There's actually a schematic that I was working on, like right over here, like this schematic here. You can actually check out the schematic too if you want it, right? So the way on how this one works is there's a button here that pushes this observer block, triggering this observer line, and these side observer blocks here will detect. These ones that have this face facing these ones will detect, changing these lines and then activating these dispensers. Now because this is powered by a button, and because this observer block, this one and this one, their face are pointing at each other, meaning that they will continuously just like yeah. Now they're gonna fire a lot of times, so make sure that you have been cautious about the lag. Now this one has been torn up. The beautiful version is this one. This is the actual version. Oh my gosh, the lag. So this is the actual version, as you can see. Alright. Now this is the last section here, alright? This is the last section here. These are the wheels. Now I wanted to make a version where this battleship actually moves, but the problem is I'm not really into flying machines, so there's a problem with me doing that, so apologies if I can't do that at all. So the way on how these two wheels work is basically there's a lever here. The lever in the full version, not in the schematic version, the lever in the full version was actually placed somewhere below here, not here. So it's a bit hard to reach if you're not paying attention, sorry. So basically this lever will push this redstone block and it will activate this piston, pushing these two observer blocks that are held by this slime block. Oops, sorry. Basically, it's going to trigger this observer block, trigger this observer line, activating this piston feed tape. Now, this is actually a piston feed tape powered by observer blocks. I have made one myself that is also made out of like observer blocks, but it's only one block wide. It's impressive how I actually managed to achieve that. Now, they will actually move too fast to where the pistons can't even push, like cycle the blocks, unfortunately. That's how observer blocks are. They are 1 tick pulses. Well, 0 tick pulse to be exact. Not 1 tick pulse, 0 tick pulse. They're pretty fast actually. So yeah, if you want to go down into the battleship, use this like little room here. Go down this scaffolding, and you will see that this room here. You can see there's a command block here that says kill mobs. So just in case if you're lagging, you can kill all mobs in the area. So yeah. So yeah, that's the whole tour. Now you can actually read the signs. You can actually modify this version here, the schematic version. Don't modify that one. That one's already been completed. You can modify the schematic version. I've already torn it up. If you want to modify this, the full version, like this one here, not the schematic version. If you want to modify this version, you can, however. But just be careful not to break anything, because this one you can break something, but this one no. Now the way on how you want to modify this is basically you can just use the structure block, copy and paste this version over somewhere else. Don't be too far, don't be too close. This area here is pretty big. Just make sure you copy this grassland as well, just in case, because it's a lot easier for you to do this. As you can see, you can read the signs however you want. I don't want to give too much spoilers. You can even look at the turret that I'm working on, but it's already been pasted over to both the full version and the schematic version. I will make a version where the battleship actually moves, but only if I know how to make simple flying machines, alright? I don't even know how to make simple flying machines, and you expect me to make a working battleship that actually moves. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I make it into the Bowtie Man's competition. I don't think he will look at this, honestly, sorry.